Okay. And the next topic was test strategy and test plan. Okay. So
హలో,
yes.
సారీ ఫర్ ఇంటరప్షన్.
Yeah.
క్వశ్చనరీ అనే ఒక డాక్యుమెంట్ కూడా ఉంటుందని, అంటే మనకి ఇప్పుడు ఎప్పుడైతే క్లయింట్కి లేదా క్వశ్చనరీ డాక్యుమెంట్ అని అలానే మనం ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తామా అండి మనం?
క్వశ్చనైర్స్ అనేవి మనము పిఓసి అప్పుడే అడిగేస్తామండి. ఆల్మోస్ట్ అన్ని ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వైల్ డూయింగ్ పిఓసి ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ వీ కెన్ గెట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద థింగ్స్ వి నీడ్. ఈవెన్ మొత్తం క్వశ్చనైర్స్ అన్ని కూడా పిఓసి అప్పుడే అయిపోతుంది. ఫస్ట్ మనకు మేనేజర్ వచ్చి చెప్తాడు, సో మనకి పిఓసి చేయాలి మన ప్రాజెక్ట్ కి, సో వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ క్లయింట్ కాల్ అంటాడు. అలాంటప్పుడు వీ నీడ్ టు జాయిన్ ఇన్ ద కాల్ అండ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వీ నీడ్ వీ కెన్ గెట్ యాజ్ మచ్ యాజ్ వీ కెన్. ఈవెన్ వీ కెన్ ఆస్క్ ద బిజినెస్ క్రిటికల్ సినారియోస్ ఆల్సో ఇఫ్ ద క్లయింట్ నోస్ ఎనీథింగ్ అండ్ ఇఫ్ దట్ particular product already in the production.
ఓకే.
Yeah, if it was a new brand, as I said, again we need to decide by ourselves. Even client
ఓకే.
also don't know. Yeah, all the questionnaires will be happen in the time of POC itself. Even if we miss anything in the time of POC, again we need to set up another call with client about NFR. Okay, and another point I missed to explain you. Once the NFR document was done, okay, preparation of non-functional requirement documentation was done. Next, what we need to do is we need to set up a call with client. Okay, in NFR document, what we have done, we need to identify the business critical scenarios, number of users, number of transaction, what test type of tests we are going to do. All this information we will gather, right? So again, we need to set up a call with client and we need to confirm, like we are going to create a scripts or we are going to preparing a test plan. Okay, when how many days it will take for creating the scripts, all those things we can consider as a test plan or test strategy document. I will explain in next steps. Okay, so all the information we have gathered, okay, these many scripts we have and these many number of users we gathered, your application is using in the peak time, we identified that this much number of users are using, this many number of transactions are getting. All the information we need to check, explain with the client, and we need to again get confirmation from the client. Yes, they will also verify again, they are getting the correct production numbers or not, they are using the correct user load or not. If they would like to include any changes or if they would like to add any things, he will let us know in the time of call. Okay, after NFR gathering.
Yeah,
Once,
perfect. Got
yeah, once the client confirms, yes, these are fine, these scripts are fine, everything was fine, you can go ahead and share the test plan. At that time, we will start preparing the test plan or test strategy based on the organizations again. So test plan and test strategy and both are same. There is not much difference. But when test plan will do is, test plan anedi like project level. Simply. Project level means, for example, we got a new project. Okay. So I would like to prepare a test plan after my NFR gathering. So I need to prepare only for that particular project. That is called the test plan. Each and every project, the test plan will be changed. Okay, so if your team lead or if your manager will ask you to prepare a test plan, means you have to think that okay, this test plan means okay, this is a project level document you can consider. If your manager or if your project manager will ask you to prepare a test strategy document, you need to consider is it as a like okay, this was a organization level document. Organization level means all the teams, whatever it may be, like functional testers, manual testers, automation testers, any other security testers, whatever the teams we have in the whole organization will follow the same document. Okay, that is the test strategy document. And another main different was, like in test plan document, we need to define the scope. What is the scope? I mean, how many number of scripts we are going to execute, all this information. Okay, what is the objective of this particular test plan? Okay, so these many number of days we need to execute, or we need to provide the results to the client. Those things, approaches, is there any testing efforts, all the things we will provide in the test plan document. But in test strategy, it was like organization level, right? So it will follow only single document with all the other teams as well and other projects as well. It explains like how testing needs to be done, like how what is the process to complete this particular testing. It will follows that, like that. In this there is no like scope, object, approach, all these elements will not included in the test strategy, because it was organization level, right? It will follow one format. And another thing, the components is like, in this test plan document we have the project must and should have like test plan id, and what are the features we are going to test it, and is there any techniques we are going to use, and how many number of tasks we have, and how many features are there, and how many in scope scenarios, out scope scenarios, and how in how many days we need to deliver this particular project, and what is our responsibilities. All the information like scheduling, and what is the entry criteria, exit criteria, pass criteria, fail scripts. I mean, pass criteria, fail means like pass the scripts, fail scripts, we can say. All these things we can include in the test plan. But in test document, just we need to follow the mm, documentation format. That's it. Whatever the document, they will be provided by the organization, we should follow the same, like reporting which team we are going to report, and is there client communication, is there way, which client, I mean which particular project and which particular client we need to communicate. Those information we need to enter into the test strategy. And another third main important point was, this test plan, okay, will be carried out by manager or the lead. Okay, manager or the lead will be take care of this particular test plan, what we have to test and when we have to test, all these things. Okay, but the test strategy will be carried out by project manager, who is going to handle that particular project. Project manager means, under project manager, developers, testers, automation testers, functional testers, all the different type of team will involve here. Okay, so that is the main difference between test plan and the test strategy. This is also one of the most important question, the difference between test, when you are going to prepare test plan and when you are going to prepare test strategy. And another thing was, in this test plan we need to provide all the specifications, like cpu we are using this much, memory this much, like those information. But in test strategy, like general approaches, it is not complete mandatory these things, just we will provide the general. We are using we have cpu this much available, those things, whatever we have, we information we have about this particular specification information, we need to include it here. Definitely, the test plan will be changed based on the scripts. Like, for example, during the time of POC or something, we have identified some 10 scripts. Okay, out of 10 scripts in daily basis, client call, client meetings, they will said, right? So, we don't want this, we have made it some changes. So, please exclude this particular script. At that time, the test plan will change it. Okay, but the test strategy, once you define, you should follow that, and we cannot change the test strategy. That is the another main important point here. And once the test plan will done, okay, we need to determine like what type of issues, what type of dependencies we have. For example, as I said, right, yesterday we have a discussion, fund transfer we have. In fund transfer, definitely without adding beneficiary, we cannot transfer the fund to particular person or a beneficiary. So that is the one of the dependency. Okay, those type of thing we can determine, like possibilities and issues, all the things we can determine. But is in test strategy, it will be like long term plan action, right? So is there any information that is non project specific, and we can just keep it like a approach. We cannot include these type of strong points in the test strategy. Just we can keep it like approach. That's it. Is there any issues or is there any dependencies we have? Just if we identified in middle in the test strategy, just we can include it like approaches. We cannot consider it as a like test plan determination. And test plan will be exist as a independently, I mean individually, because each and every project, right, different project, different test plan based on the requirement we will prepare. But test strategy means definitely in smaller project, even the test strategy will, it's like a test, one section in the test plan if it was a small project. If it was a big project, then the test strategy will work out. But if it was a small project, this is simple part in the test plan. So that is the main differences. As I said, like the main thing was test plan will be done by project level, and the test strategy will be done by like multiple projects or the organization level, we can call it as.
For every project, they will have only the test plan or test strategy. They'll not they'll don't have that both, na.
No, don't have both. Anyone in test plan, if the test plan you have, you do not have any test strategy. If you have test strategy, there is no test plan. You have to think that okay, if your manager asks you to prepare a test strategy, then you can think that okay, this is a organization level, okay, this company is following organization structure, that's what they ask us to prepare a test strategy. If it was a test plan, but you have to think okay, this was a project level plan. But the main advantage of using test plan was, if anything in between while we are testing, or if we can change it and we can add the few points here in test plan, because our lead and we can discuss with manager. Every time we cannot go to project manager and we cannot discuss it with him, right? That is the another main, I mean, I cannot say this is a drawback, but compared to test strategy, test plan was good.
At what scenario they will go for the test scenario, test strategy and
For
test plan.
example, we can consider Flipkart is the application. Okay, this was very big application, right? So for that Flipkart application in our company, okay, we have developers, testers, and different teams: security testing, UAT testing, IAT testing team, dev team, production team. All the different teams will be there, right? So the organization will decide, okay, why we need to prepare each and every team separate particular document. We can go ahead and we can prepare the test strategy for all the teams single document. The document format will be same, but the work they are doing was different. That's it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, single application testing will be done by whole team in the same organization. This will follows. So test plan means the project will be developed in somewhere and we are going to test it. At that situation, we will consider the test plan. Any other questions and doubts? I would like to explain more detail about the test plan. What are the elements we need to include in the test plan and test strategy tomorrow? Okay.
అండ్ విద్య
Yes.
ఇండెక్స్ కూడా ప్లాన్ అంటే మ్యాండేటరీ అంటే శాంపుల్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఏదైనా
Yeah, I
test
have
plan లో
sample. I have
అంటే
sample document. I will show you. Test strategy and test plan both I have. I will show you. What are the elements we need to include in the test strategy and what are the elements we need to include in the test plan? I will show you with the real time document. Okay, tomorrow. And once I cover those two things, I will give you a basic idea about workload model, because again this workload model will comes before executing our test executions. So at that time I will cover the workload model in detail, like pacing calculations, number of user calculations, and transaction response time calculations. So for now, I will explain basic thing about this workload model. Okay, tomorrow I will complete this test strategy and workload model document. And after that, I will show you how to install all the softwares, and then we can start actual part, like how to recording the script, all the things.
విద్య అండ్ వన్ థింగ్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు టెస్ట్ ప్లాన్ చేస్తున్నా మనం స్క్రిప్ట్ కూడా సినారియోస్ తీసుకొని స్క్రిప్ట్స్ చేయొచ్చా అట్ ఏ టైం?
అవును.
హలో
Yeah, Bhavani. Yes, once test plan were done, we will start creating the scripts. Am I audible, Bhavani?
ఎస్ విద్య.
Okay. Because in test plan only we can finally concluded these much scripts we are going to create a scripts. Because after NFR we have call with client, right? He will also give a confirmation. Okay, go ahead and start creating scripts. So finally we will prepare the like traversal flow document. So tomorrow class I will explain that as well. What is traversal flow document and how to prepare that. Any doubts, any questions here before going to ending the session? So to